Real estate investors are already closing deals directly from ChatGPT and Google AI search. And if your business is not showing up there right now, you are already losing deals to your competition. I brought in Trevor Mauch, CEO of Carrot, whose clients have done over $1 billion in closed deal volume, to break down the exact 6-week system to dominate AI search in your market. In this session, we cover your Google business profile, website optimization, and the branded trust signals that make AI recommend your business over everyone else. I'm on a mission to make sure every RApreneur owns their market online before their competition even knows this is happening. Let's get into it. We changed the office hours for a good reason. We wanted to get one of the best guests in the real estate space, all right? That not only has a successful business and software business, but he has helped thousands of people actually scale with SEO and helping them build awesome websites. Awesome. If you guys don't know what SEO is, we're going to cover this. But if you do know what SEO is, basically, how do people find you organically? So today is a very special episode because not only do people find you organically now, but people also find you through AI. Like, who here is an user of Claude or ChatGPT? A lot for you guys to raise your hand or something, right? And there's a lot of homeowners that don't have a Claude or ChatGPT that is paid, that basically will either run you'll see ads. Also, you will see suggestions from specific companies, and even the paid ones, the paid models are suggesting companies. We literally received a client yesterday for our own company, Remote Latinos, that came from ChatGPT search. And so we're going to cover all of that today. All right. So Trevor, I got you here in the office hours, brother. We normally do this on Fridays, but we got here on a Thursday evening. Everyone here is coming in from the RApreneurs Mastermind that we have in school, and I love for you to get introduced to everyone. I give them a little bit of a preview, but definitely let us know who you are, what you've done, what we're trying to achieve in here, and get started.
Dude, first of all, man, I appreciate the invite on here. It's always fun being able to, number one, come and talk with other marketers, right? Because you see so much data, you see so many things on the marketing side, and we get to kind of share notes and compare war stories a bit. And I get to kind of bring in a little bit of a different angle, right? Because you've got this amazing set of data on your end, and we've got this amazing set of data on our end. So I'm just going to share with you guys what we're seeing data-wise. I'm going to share with you guys what we're seeing around AI search. At a high level, I think we're all probably semi-tired of having all the AI conversation everywhere, because I think a year ago AI was new, and now it's like everything's AI, and everyone says, well, shoot, am I doing enough with AI? Am I doing too much with AI? Am I wasting time with AI? One of the things that I think with AI is kind of being done to everybody. It's not a choice that you have where you get to adopt Claude or you get to adopt ChatGPT. Is Google and ChatGPT and all these AI search tools are laying the foundation for how people find answers over the next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years. And what we have to do is figure out, well, what is happening, what's changing, and then how do we make sure that we're making some modifications to have our business be the one that's recommended when someone goes to the future of search, right? AI search, to get an answer. And so that's what we're gonna do, guys. I'm gonna share my screen. I'm gonna show some real results. I'm gonna share literally a 6-week plan that anybody can do. Not gonna cost you anything. I do have a deeper dive of what I call an AI search challenge. We're just now wrapping up the 3rd day of our June challenge. We have another one in July coming up. It's 2 hours a day for 3 days. And I'm gonna give you guys all a free ticket for being a part of Esteban's community. So you're gonna get a free ticket to the AI search challenge in July. And like I said, that one's about a month out because we just finished up this one, but we can give you all kinds of other information for anybody who's free information, who's wanting to dive deeper on this topic. All right, guys. So let me see if I can get this share going. Before I do, y'all pop in the comments box. I'd love to see, first of all, who is doing some level of online marketing. Let me know if you're doing some level of online marketing, what it is. Is it SEO? Is it PPC? Facebook ads? Maybe let me know. And then let me know what you're hoping to get out of this call. What is the big takeaway that you're looking to get out of this call? That way I know I can really pinpoint the exact value points you guys want to walk away from, and I can address that. So guys, pop in. Are you doing any level of online marketing already? If you are, what type of online marketing? And then what's the biggest value point that you're hoping to get out of here? Awesome. What's up, Taylor? Doing PPC, Facebook. Beautiful. I love it. So let me just go ahead and make sure I've got this put together. I'm going to show one little deal first. I think I've got it up here. Okay. So this is something Esteban I usually don't show, but I'm going to show it to you in your community. So people are probably saying, cool, like, is this guy, maybe you haven't heard of Carrot, maybe you haven't heard of me, which is totally cool. Is this guy just teaching stuff that is theory? What I'm showing you is a little bit of a behind the scenes in the data that I have access to. This is what drives our decisions at Carrot. We have thousands and thousands and thousands of clients that are investors that dominate Google and now AI search. And our clients bring in more motivated house seller leads than any other single platform in the entire industry. Our clients have done over $1 billion in closed deal volume through our platform. And our clients have brought in millions of leads. So if we were to look at just literally the last 30 days, so this is from today, you can see this is active maybe yesterday. And this is just choosing organic search right now. So let's just open it up to all traffic sources right now. I think I've got to change this. Let's make it all open up to all device types and all traffic sources. Right here, guys, over the past 30 days, direct type-ins to our clients' websites, 272,400 direct type-ins. That's users, individual users who are looking to find a solution. They came from direct mail. They came from their offline marketing. They came from some sort of marketing. Paid search, Esteban, this is pretty cool. Last month was the first month in Carrot's history that paid search actually started to outpace by traffic organic search. And here's the wild thing. It's not that organic search traffic has gone down. So it's not like organic rankings and search traffic has gone down. Paid search just keeps on climbing and keeps on getting more and more effective on our platform. So that's Google search. Google PPC. 131,000 individual users have landed on our clients' websites in the past 30 days. And you can go on down from there. 40,000 basically Facebook visitors. And then we can even slice and dice it by the highest converting websites, the highest converting pages, and across our network, some of the highest converting motivated house seller pages. This one here is almost 43% conversion rate on a Google PPC, which is insane. So we're not talking about that stuff today. 43% is not normal, but we see 30s, 40s, high 20s on PPC all day long. So the reason I'm showing you guys this is based off of millions of visitors of data points over the last 12 months, not off of one client, not off of 5, off of thousands in every market in America and Canada. And we're showing you what's actually working in aggregate and what is moving the market right now. Okay, this isn't 1 or 2 case study examples. All right, guys. So I had mentioned this to you guys a second ago. The reason I'm bringing this up right out of the gates is because I've only got like an hour on here with y'all. And I can't possibly get in everything I want to get in on AI search in this hour. So I'm going to give you guys as much as I can in this hour, kind of giving you the high level overview. And then we're going to dive into a few tactics everybody can do today to give yourself a better chance to be the recommended business in your local market for house sellers through ChatGPT and Claude and Google AI overviews. But if you really want to dive in deep, guys, we're making this free for you guys. Okay. It's a 3-day challenge. It's 2 hours a day. The dates are going to be in towards the end of July. But if you go to this URL, it goes through Esteban's link. You're going to see that it still is talking about June's challenge because we're just wrapping that up right now. We're going to put the July dates on there soon. But if you go join it even today for free, you're going to be able to get into the July one for free through this link as well. Okay, guys. If you want VIP, it's just $47. That gives you all the recordings. It gives you 6 AI tools, a VIP day with me, but everybody gets it free. All right. So I want to put that out first because it's a free tool that is going to allow us to have 6 to 8 hours together next month to really master this versus the 1 hour that we get today to dig into this. So the first question, dude, that comes up whenever I talk with people about AI search, and especially when we're having these conversations 6, 8, 10, 12 months ago with people, was they're like, yeah, Trevor, but I'm sure some people are coming from ChatGPT, but like, is it actually turning into revenue? And we first started to see people reporting to us and in our system of motivated house sellers coming into our platform, and right there in our lead source tracking with our Carrot CRM, it'll tell you where the lead came from, right? In Carrot CRM, a lead's right there, and it says it came from a Google search, or it came from a Google PPC ad, or whatever it was, came from ChatGPT. We started to see those about a year and a half ago, right? The first real trickles through, and it was like every now and then every month it would get bigger and bigger. And then we had to start having our clients come to us and say, man, I'm closing these ChatGPT leads into deals. And so it started to get validated in a big way in this past 8 months. So this is a text message I got from one of my clients, Dave Payerch, and Dave is in, I can't remember what his website is. Dave Payerch in Ohio. He's up in the Ohio market. Sell House, Columbus. So he went through one of our site setup services. We dialed in most of his AI search stuff because he didn't have the time to do it. But it's literally exactly what I'm teaching today and in that challenge for free. So you guys don't need to hire me to do any of this stuff. Just like literally go do it. Most of it's easy stuff that anybody that's non-tech, you can do the work. And so he got this lead. He texted me this on a Sunday. He was so excited. Hey, yo, just locked one up for 115K. ARV is 220. Found me on ChatGPT. He sent me another one about 3 weeks prior to that. And here's the cool thing with it, Esteban, is pop in the comments box, guys. Whoever's doing SEO, who is doing SEO, traditional search engine optimization to try to get leads, let me know in the comments box. Just put SEO if you're doing SEO or if you want to do SEO. One of the challenges with traditional Google SEO, right? Ranking well for a phrase like this. So on this particular one, an AI overview is popping up. But down here, this is your traditional SEO results, right? The challenge with traditional SEO is oftentimes it's going to take you 3, 6, 10, 12 months to get any real traction depending on your market and depending on what you've already done on your website. No one wants to wait 6 to 12 months to get results. And so that's the hardest thing when you're working with somebody, but everybody wants to get the top of the Google because they know that's where really, really good leads and deals are coming from. With AI search, it's pretty cool. We're finding results happen far faster. I'm talking from the second that these changes were made on Dave's website, the same ones I'm going to walk you guys through. It was 6 weeks before he closed his first ChatGPT deal, and it was another 3 to 4 weeks until he closed his second. So we're talking like 2 to 2.5 months. Dave closed 2 deals, netting him a collective of $100,000. So is this real? Yeah, that's Dave, but let me show you some of these other things, guys. So here's some other people making the same tweaks I'm going to show you. These actually came from one of my AI search challenges. We just screenshotted what people were saying in the chat box on one of those days. So once again, you guys get this for free because you're in Esteban's group. This person, House Key Offer, said, did those minor tweaks, got 2 inbound leads today. Aisha said, I just wanted to share that we did a few tweaks on our Google business profile, which is a big part of AI search. We'll talk a little bit about that today. We focused most of day 1 in our challenge on GBP. And he said, within the last 12 hours, we received 4 leads. That is unusual for the past week or so because it has been quieter than because of the season. Jessica down here said, yesterday I implemented some tricks and we'll definitely keep going. Got a lead an hour ago. So she implemented things the day before, got a lead the day after. Is that normal? No. Is it possible? Yes. Who knows if that lead would have came if she didn't make the tweaks? I don't know. But it was a ChatGPT lead, and she wasn't getting ChatGPT leads prior. Okay. Christopher went through it. He's wrapping it up. He made the updates, and he's starting to really get good results. But the reason I'm showing you guys this stuff is I'm giving you the intro today. If you guys want to get real with it, get in the free challenge, and we give you a step-by-step. Let me know, guys, in the comments box if this is your first time hearing anything from me or carrot.com. I'm always pumped to be able to welcome people into our community and join Esteban's community here. So let me know if this is your first time being introduced to us. So I'll give you a quick intro, then we're just going to dive into tactical stuff. Okay. So yeah, my name's Trevor. That's part of my team here at Carrot. And the reason that we exist, I mean, what keeps me fired up after 13 years in this business, we didn't just start last week. We've been here for 13 years and pioneered the SEO stuff. And now we're pioneering the AI SEO stuff in this market. We pioneered high converting websites in this market. We pioneered all those things. As we really exist, empower y'all to gain freedom and make a greater impact. We want to find the things that unleash you to do the things that you do best and that make it so your business actually gives you freedom so you can make an impact. And like I said, our clients have gotten great results. I'm just going to bounce past this stuff. So I'm going to show you one pretty wild one, Esteban, to show you what's possible with AI search. And then we're going to dig into, like I said, the tactics. This guy, Jeff Filali, a real estate investor out of Oklahoma. He posted this on our Facebook group. And this was a few months ago. And Jeff just said in there, hey, been a CARE member for a long time. But then he said, over the last few months, I've been updating my sites. He has multiples to better optimize for both SEO and LLMs or AI search. One of my sites that already perform well used to average 5 to 10 leads a week at best, which is pretty good, dude. Like if you're getting, 20 to 40 organic inbound leads a month, that's pretty solid. You're closing deals, right? 1 in 5, 1 in 10, 1 in 12 or so, depending on, might be 1 in 15, but let's go in the middle, 1 in 10. 1 in 10 organic SEO leads turn into a deal, according to our data. So that right there is 2 to 4 leads or 2 to 4 deals a month. He was already getting through organic. So he made the changes we're going to talk about. And you notice an increase of the leads of the last 30 days. Okay. So he made those changes a couple months prior. For him, it took a couple months for it to seed in and get results. The past 7 days had 45 leads. Of those, 26 were from ChatGPT. These are sellers, guys. I've never seen a result like that, Esteban. Usually I see like a ChatGPT lead sprinkled in here and there with your PPC or SEO. 26 overall across his several sites were from ChatGPT. The other 19 were a mix of other organic search. Now, why is this important? Okay. Everything that I'm going to show you today in this next 45 minutes and in the challenge you guys are going to get for free, it also increases your Google rankings. Okay. It also increases your Google rankings when you do these things. Everything I'm going to show you guys today and what I do in the challenge I'm giving you guys for free, everything that we do in that also increases the conversion rate on your website for PPC, because this isn't about gaming something for AI search. This is literally about making your business presented better online to do the things that both human and AI search wants to see to build trust and credibility in you. That's what this is about. It's not about gaming the system. It's not about doing something that is going to work for 6 months, not work for 6 years. This is fundamental business stuff that makes every other part of your marketing funnel work better. Okay, every other part. If you do cold calling, if you do PPC, if you do direct mail, if you do billboards, if you do bandit signs, I don't care. What you're going to learn in this is when you optimize for AI search, guys, you actually increase the conversion rate for all your marketing channels. Okay. So here's a couple challenges that we've been seeing people talk about. Of course, Google's moving more and more to AI overview based results. They made an announcement a few weeks ago at their latest Google event, and they're starting to roll out AI mode as the default Google search mode in Europe right now for select user accounts. What happens in Europe usually follows shortly behind, 6 to 12 months behind in the US. And so if you guys want to see what Google's going to be doing in the US, look in Europe. Okay, that usually precedes it. And so we're starting to see user accounts where their only mode that they get an option to do easily as a default is AI mode. Okay, so we are going to see that. Now the question is, is that happening for real estate investors? Well, here's one right here: sell my house fast, Boston. A phrase that a motivated house seller is going to type in. There's no AI overview anywhere on this. And most sell my house fast type of phrases, cash home buyers type of phrases, are not showing right now with an AI overview. Okay, and that's a good thing for those of you that are already ranking well organically and on the PPC side. But what I predict happening within the next 12 months, as Google gets more and more confidence that with AI overviews, they're able to deliver a good AI overview like this one, Sell My House Fast Anchorage. It's just a different city is all, guys. The exact same search. AI overview took over the top of this many months ago. And so I think we're going to start to see the AI overviews taking it over at some point, Esteban. All the pretty links down here are going to be gone. Okay, at some point, it's just going to be AI overviews up here top and a few links on the side. Okay. So what I'm going to show you guys is how actually that's a bigger opportunity. It doesn't shrink the opportunity. People might be looking at that going, dude, but what's going to happen to my organic ranking? I've been working hard. And what about Google ads? What's going to do there? Does that mean there's less opportunity and fewer people are going to get more of the traffic? We're actually seeing the opposite. We're seeing the opposite because, and I'm going to skip past some of these slides for sake of time. Then we'll get into tactical stuff you guys can do. What we're finding is, in general, when people are using they're using ChatGPT to do a query, or they're using Google search, the queries are like 30 to 40% longer now. So whereas someone might have gone to ChatGPT and typed something like, or to Google and type like "sell my house fast," whatever, now they're typing really long queries. They're typing, help me find a trusted cash home buyer in the Tampa Bay market who can buy my house for cash and keep all my crap in it. Like whatever it is, it's these really long searches. And the reason that's important is because based off of the actual search, there's a lot more very different searches happening now. The more that we make sure that we're informing AI search models about how we are really good in all these little niche things, I'm going to give you real examples here in a bit, the more opportunities we have to show up with all these very, very long niche searches. And so we're finding that more people actually now have the opportunity to get recommended at the top of AI search than just the top 3 or 4. With Google search, the number 1 result, traditionally would get 30 to 40% of the clicks. Number 2 result, it's about half that. Number 3 result, about half that. With AI search, you are going to find a handful of winners who are very consistently up there, but you're also going to find people who have never been able to rank well in organic search that are popping up and being the recommended source for a certain query, which is really cool. So customers now are not just searching with Google, YouTube, and Bing. Now they're diving into these LLMs in a good way. So next question people are asking, well, I remember, Esteban, you were probably hearing people say this a while ago, dude, Google's dead, right? Everyone's using ChatGPT. My grandma's using ChatGPT to ask questions. Is Google dying? Well, the opposite of that's true for in general. The daily searches on Google have almost doubled over the last 12 months. Okay, they've almost doubled. Why is that? Because with AI overviews, people are actually finding Google more useful now. Okay, they're finding it more useful. Another thing that's happening, Esteban, is, and I've got a stat here in a slide, I'll just bounce over it, is when someone does a Google or does a Chat GPT search or Perplexity search or Claude or whatever it is, and they put a query in there. If it's a local, hyper local query, meaning I'm looking for someone to solve a problem for me here in my area, 60% plus, it's like 63% of those actually end up going and doing a Google search right after that. So ChatGPT actually drives Google search demand for local search, okay, for local business solutions. The big thing I want you guys to think about is this: is if you're not being recommended in AI search with ChatGPT queries and things like that, that your trust and credibility just aren't being noticed. Your trust and credibility aren't being noticed, and we can show you some things that you can do to shape it. Okay. Here's one last data point. I'm going to give you these whole slides, Esteban, because I can't make it through all of them. So I'm going to skip past a couple so I can actually get to the tactics. Same thing. People are going, well, dude, is the traffic quality? I would have bet $10,000 a year and a half ago that it wouldn't have been like this. If someone would have told me that the traffic from AI search, when someone actually clicks the link on an AI overview or a ChatGPT answer to your website, that it would convert double or triple as high as an organic search prospect, I would have never believed it. I would have like, nope, you're crazy. Our data shows and third-party data shows that anywhere between 40% to 300% higher conversion rate on AI search leads, on AI search traffic to leads. Why? Because people are starting to trust AI search answers better. People are starting to take their recommendations. They have to bounce around to other websites less because they go, cool, it did the research for me. I trust it. It looks like it solves my problem. I'm becoming a lead. I'm going to engage. And so you can get far less traffic and still get it. They close great. This is one from AI Search Challenge I did. Once again, you guys are going to get this for free for being in Esteban's crew. But this guy did the work. He said, I got 2 leads in the last 90 days from ChatGPT. Not a lot of leads, but both of those leads turned into deals. Okay, close one of them into a deal and the other one into a listing. So 100% close ratio is not normal, but that's what happened for him. Okay, so SEO is not dead. It's just different. Everything that we do in AI SEO works to make Google SEO work better. Okay, and here's what we need to start changing in our minds is I think within about 8 to 12 months, we're going to stop saying AI search. We're going to stop saying AI SEO. We're just going to say search. It's just search. And all search is AI powered at that point. So we're going to be bagging the whole AI SEO and Google SEO thing. I think within 12 months, it's just going to be search optimization again, but doing it for the LLMs. Okay, let's get through some of this stuff here, guys. Old SEO ranking factors. There was a lot of factors that went into it. I would say a lot of those ones that did get you ranked well in Google are still in play. Some of them aren't in play at all anymore. which I think is a good thing, because the ones that are not in play as much were the easiest ways that people use to game the system. ChatGPT could care less about a backlink. Okay, it could care less about a backlink. The only reason, the only way that a backlink may help get mentioned in AI search is ChatGPT does use Google organic rankings as one of their indicators for trust. And Google organic rankings still do look at quality backlinks as a factor. But I think backlinks in general, the days of having someone buy hundreds or thousands of crappy backlinks to game the system, I think those days are numbered. And which is a good thing. We've always been an advocate, like, guys, don't build a bunch of backlinks, don't go buy a bunch of them. But the challenge is you need backlinks to rank well Google organically. No one wants to do the work to make it happen. So that's why people buy them, right?
Yeah.
So those things are changing, but here's a couple cool things. And as we dive into the tactics, the reason I'm teaching you guys the why and the what changed, because if all I give you are tactics and I don't tell you why those tactics work, then you're at the mercy of me every single time to go, shoot, what's next, Trevor? So I want to teach you how to think about it, so you can always kind of you can know how to solve the problem yourself versus having to come back to me for the next action item. Okay, so how is AI search looking at stuff? Well, the biggest correlation, the AI overview. So this is, once again, AI overview is what pops up at the top of a Google search for something like this. That's an AI overview. Okay. The biggest correlation for AI overviews, all right, guys, over a big old study here, is branded web mentions was the biggest correlation. It correlated more than backlinks to getting mentioned in AI overviews. And it's the same for ChatGPT. What's a branded web mention? It is any time your brand was mentioned online. It could be in a newspaper article in your town. It didn't even include a backlink. It could be a Facebook thread that is a public thread that mentions your brand. It could be a YouTube video that Google looks at YouTube as one of the major sources for information to shape their AI search results. And if you literally have case studies and clients saying your business name in the review and they say the location, that is a branded web mention. Okay. If it's a Reddit thread and you answer a Reddit thread or someone mentions your business name in a positive way, that's a branded web mention. If you join the local chamber of commerce, yeah, I want a backlink from them because it's a good hyper local link. But if all they do is mention you in a blog post or on your page, that's a branded web mention. The bar is lowered from that perspective of, we don't just have to get backlinks anymore. We just need to run a good business where people talk about us in positive ways. Okay. So I'm going to kind of go past this section here, and Esteban, feel free to interrupt me at any point in time and just dive in. Otherwise, I'm just going to keep powering forward. All right. So kind of where we are right now is this. I've kind of mapped these 7 stages of real estate marketing. And back in the 90s, it was pretty much local print type of stuff, right? Direct mail, door hangers and stuff like that. And then we got into the 90s, the late 90s, early 2000s, Web 1.0 came up. Most real estate investors were not even using the internet at that time, right? And then you had lead generation, the boom, 2005 through 2015. That's when we started our businesses in 2013. That's when it's like Google pay-per-click launched during that season. Facebook ads launched during that season. Websites became a lot easier and more accessible. We pioneered high-performing websites and online marketing in this industry. And then everybody was online, right? It's like everybody's here. So how do you stand out? 2015 through 2020, I feel in real estate was all about credibility now. It's like, dude, we got to be credible. We got to be the most credible option that our prospects are looking at. And we can use content to do that. And then automation started to pick up. People started to go, dude, let's do automations and put these things in our CRMs and follow-ups and all kinds of things. We were automating content during that time. And now where we are is, I'm just going to skip right past the AI part, and in the next part of it is, I feel that we're in the AI data-driven performance and trust era. What does that mean? That we want to leverage AI in smart ways, but we want to use it to build actual genuine trust for our business, not fake stuff, not get a bunch of crappy AI slop content out there. It's not about volume, it's about quality. And how do we use real data that actually shows what actually works to inform that AI model? So it's not giving you slop, it's giving you what actually works in that market. And that's where I see the next 5 to 10 years going. And we're going to be leading that forward. So guys, care.com/Esteban, grab the challenge. I'll give you the link again later, but let's dig in. Okay. So the first thing to really understand the things we need to optimize for is we need to know how AI search works differently than a normal Google search. Okay. A normal Google search, I'm going to walk you through it. Normal Google search would normally, you do a search. Google goes out there and spiders all the web pages around the world. It indexes them, meaning put them in a big old database. It gives them some sort of credibility or trust score around a specific topic. And then when someone does a Google search, it says, great, let me pull up the ones in order that we think are probably the most relevant. And in general, you're pretty much going to find the same 5 to 6 sites, depending on the variations of that search phrase, pretty much all ranking in the top for the various similar phrases. The way the AI search works is a little bit different. And so here's my 5 layers of LLM optimization. You guys can take a picture of this because this is kind of how I teach and how we build our product at Carrot. The first thing is indexability and visibility. I would say if you have a website, if you have a Google business profile, you very likely have already taken care of these first 2 things at a decently proficient level. Okay. If you do not have a Google business profile and don't have a website at all, and you just do offline marketing, or you just have a PPC landing page, you very likely have a visibility problem with AI search right now. Okay. So I'm going to show you a couple of things you guys can do to take care of that first. But if you guys have a GBP that's halfway optimized and you have an okay website, you're visible. The problem now is that the sentiment, meaning the information it knows about your business, we need to make sure that it really helps you stand out to be the trusted expert on that topic. And so there's some things that we can do to make the models recommend you, to make them want to recommend you. And literally you can change 5 or 10 things, and within a week or 2, change what AI search says about your company. It happens that fast. So today we're mainly going to focus on a little bit of 3 and 4. In the AI search challenge, we focus on all 5 over those 3 days. So when an AI search engine, when you go to ChatGPT or with AI overviews, it works completely differently than a Google search. Okay, what happens is those tools are essentially doing dozens of Google searches behind the scenes for all kinds of different phrases in an instant. So rather than just looking for the one page out there that it thinks is the most relevant for selling my house fast in Boston, it's going to do dozens of searches to discover what one is the most credible, reputable, local, all the different search criteria, and it's going to deliver one answer with maybe 2 or 3 options and a couple variations. Okay. So an example of that is this. If you're doing a query in ChatGPT or AI overviews, AI mode, could you suggest Bluetooth headphones with a comfortable over-ear design and long-lasting battery? There's a bunch of elements in there that AI search is going to go out there to discover. Okay, what are we searching for here? We're searching for headphones. What type of headphones? Bluetooth headphones. Okay. What are the criteria that person's looking for with these Bluetooth headphones? It needs to be comfortable. It needs to have an over-ear design, and it needs to have a long-lasting battery. So comfort, over-ear design, long-lasting battery, it's headphones and Bluetooth. There's all these different qualifiers. So rather than like Google search used to do, going out there and trying to find one blog post or one page that was the best answer on all those, it looks for all those different entities: Bluetooth, headphones, comfortable, over-ear design, long-lasting battery. Those are all entities. Okay. And it does a search for all of those. So here's the queries it might do. Best Bluetooth headphones with over-ear design. List of top-rated over-ear Bluetooth headphones with long-lasting battery. Most comfortable over-ear Bluetooth headphones. Bluetooth headphones with a long battery life. Over-ear Bluetooth headphones with comfortable fit and long-lasting battery. User reviews of Bluetooth over, It goes on. It does dozens of these behind the scenes to patch them together and say, let me find the product in the business that might have the best one of these and let me recommend it to you. The same thing happens if someone goes to Google and types, can you help me sell my house quickly to a cash home buyer in Portland, Oregon? Okay. Portland is an entity. Sell my house. Cash. Quickly. It's going to go look at all these. It's going to look at user reviews. It's going to look at your Google business profile reviews. It's going to look at the reviews on your website. It's going to literally read the reviews and say if you have a service that helps them sell their house quickly. If someone's wanting to sell it quickly, your reviews better be mentioned that it happened quick. Okay, so reviews are critical in this phase. All right. Where then? So this is how the system works. Where then does ChatGPT and Google then go look for that information, right? How do we shape what it says about our business? Well, Google looks at YouTube, number one. Number one most important place we're seeing Google look for information to shape its AI overviews is YouTube. So if you guys want to get AI overviews and really start to be mentioned in there, if you're not doing any YouTube videos, start doing YouTube videos. Upload customer reviews. Have those customers talk about your business, mention your business name, mention the location, right? Don't just have the review say, Esteban was great to work with, would work with him again. Say, Esteban with readyhomeoffer.com was awesome. I had skepticism, I had this situation. I inherited a house. I was going through probate, 2 different states were my siblings. I needed to close in 7 days. I really needed to close quickly. Esteban was able to close in 6 days, gave me all cash. It blew me away. All of those words, Google's going to recognize because YouTube has all the transcripts. And those are going to be mentions, and it's going to help shape the sentiment of your business. Reddit.com, guys. I've been able to literally shape someone's entire ChatGPT experience by having them go in and engage in a Reddit thread that their house flipping business was mentioned in the city of Baltimore. There was one person that was upset about this company. They mentioned something. A bunch of people who had never worked with this company, who were just haters on house flippers and wholesalers, started saying a bunch of stuff. This guy did not engage in it. I said, dude, send 5 of your best sellers in there to engage in it. Sorry about that. Send 5 of your best sellers to engage, and you go engage. Within 2 weeks, the sentiment was shaped, and now AI Overview is talking positively about his business just by engaging in a Reddit thread. Okay, so that's kind of where some of the stuff's coming. So here's what we're gonna do the next 20 minutes, guys. I just want to give you guys 1 or 2 things today to do. I'm not gonna give you 14. I wanted to set the stage to get you to see where it's going, to see how it works, because that's gonna give you it's like teach a man to fish kind of a thing. And now I'm gonna give you 2 things you can do, just 2 simple things you can do. And then there's a whole checklist of 6 weeks worth that I'm gonna give you at the end that you can take away, and then engage in our AI search challenge for free, okay? So the very first thing I want you guys to do has nothing to do with Carrot. We are going to be building some Google Business Profile optimization features inside of Carrot here shortly. And Esteban actually is going to be having a version of Carrot that's his custom version of it here very shortly that we're going to be working with you guys with. So what I would suggest is don't come join Carrot. Go talk to Esteban, and he's going to have a custom version of what Carrot is for his business and for you guys. Go work directly with Esteban to get his custom optimized version of what Carrot will be for him. So you guys work with him. Don't go directly to us. Okay.
That's right.
And, Esteban can give the route to have you guys do that. But the first thing I want you to do is pull up your company name. And I want to know in this chat thread, who on here does not have a Google Business Profile? Okay. Who on here does not have a Google Business Profile?
Just put it in the chat, guys.
Yep. Pop in the chat. If you don't have a Google Business Profile, the biggest thing you can do right now is go launch a free Google Business Profile. Okay, and there's a couple things that we're gonna have you do. So I'm just gonna look up this one here. Simply sold. Let's say Louisville. Okay, so I am an admin on this particular Google Business Profile. But if I were to come in here, what I want you to do is, number one, you need to have your Google Business Profile. The company name needs to be the exact same on your Google Business Profile as what is mentioned on your website, as what's mentioned on any other place you have it listed online. If you have a Facebook page for your business, if you have a Better Business Bureau page, if you have a LinkedIn page, every single one of those spots, including your GBP, needs to have the exact same business name, exact same phone number, exact same address, and they should all link to the exact same website. Okay, that's called NAP. Name, address, phone, and you can add in the website in there. Okay, So that part's really, really critical. And I'm going to give you guys a tool right now. This is one of the 6 tools that you guys are going to get in VIP anyway inside of this AI search challenge. I'm just going to give you guys this tool. I think you have to have ChatGPT, like a $20 paid account to use it. But I want everyone to run an AI search visibility audit and gap analysis. This is going to look for a couple things. Okay, it's going to look for, does it see a discrepancy between your company name, phone number, address, and any of those spots? That's the very first thing you guys have to go fix. There's a company in Louisville, Kentucky, not this one I showed, the biggest investor in Louisville. They were not the primary recommended source on ChatGPT when they should have been. The only thing that they changed was, after running this audit, they discovered they had an old address on a couple of these online listings. They had 2 different phone numbers. They had 3 different variations of their company name. AI search first needs to recognize your business as one single entity, and there needs to be zero lack of clarity who your business is. Okay. So exact same name, exact same phone number, exact same address, exact same URL. If that's all you did after you run this audit and you discovered there's discrepancy, fix that. That's going to be, I would say, 30% of the battle. Okay. So you guys pop any comments in, any questions in. JT is saying, do you just put in the name of your business in the ask anything for this prompt? Let's see. So you'll click this here. So run my AI search visibility audit. Click that bad boy. It's gonna help you do this stuff, and it's gonna ask for information. So just click the run my AI visibility audit, put in your company name, your business URL, your city and state. Your primary business category as a house flipper will be a real estate consultant. Okay, so in your Google business profile, you should be listed as a real estate consultant, okay, as your primary business category. All right? So yeah, run that audit. It's going to give you some things, and it's going to give you some recommendations. All right. So that's the first thing to start. Use that after our training, and fix everything until you fix. And that's free. Just go do that. Okay. Hit me with any questions, y'all. All right. That's what I call the online consistency. If we show that there's consistency with our online brand, that's the very first thing that we've got to do to start to make AI search trust us a lot better. Okay. The next thing that we've got to do is, I want everyone to pull up your website. And if you guys want me to do a quick audit on your website, pop in your URL. I can do a quick audit. The Google business profile, the reviews in there, and your website, I would say, are 60% plus of what AI overviews is going to look at, and ChatGPT is going to look at to determine whether you are the one that they should recommend. The other 40% is stuff we do talk about more deeply in the challenge, but the other 40% is those online mentions I mentioned. Getting mentioned in local publications, getting mentioned in YouTube videos, engaging in some of those local threads like a Reddit thread. And we'll kind of show you guys some of that stuff. So the website is the next part. I gave you the basics of the GBP optimization. We go into it in detail in the free challenge, guys. But if you get your name, address, phone, website matching, you make your primary business category real estate consultant, and then you write a really good description, or I give you a hack. After you fill this thing out and it gives you some recommendations, say, great, can you help me write a high performing Google business profile recommendation for my business? It'll write you one. If you don't have a description, take the description that they give you and make that the description of your GBP. Okay, it's trained with our data to optimize it. The next step now is looking on the website. Okay. So this sounds simple, Esteban. Guys, the stuff I'm giving you is simple. This is not magic, but it works. I wish I could give you something that sounds like it's magic. It's not. The next thing is, once we've got our GBP done, we have to make it insanely easy and clear for AI search to know that that website is our business. At the bottom of your website, it should have your company name, that same name, address, phone, and it should have it at the bottom of your website. Okay. By default, Carrot websites, as we're developing these, Our brand new platform by default, it has it all in there. So as you're joining Carrot through Esteban's customized version that he's coming out with here shortly, it's automatically going to have that at the bottom of the footer. So you don't have to worry about that. We've optimized all these things in Esteban's setup that we're working with him on right now. So you don't have to worry about, I would say, 60 to 70% of it. But if you're not using a Carrot site, work with your web developer, do whatever you're doing to make sure your name, address, phone is at the bottom of every single page in your website. Okay. All right. This is where it gets a little bit techie. This is where I'm going to be kind of more giving you a high level overview. But then if you really want to master this, come on our search challenge or the AI search challenge. Like I said, you guys are getting it for free. But there's something called schema on the website. So we take care of this on the Carrot side of things, which Esteban, like I said, guys, connect with Esteban to get his highly customized version that's coming out, here this summer. The schema part we take care of for you. But what schema is basically this language that us humans, unless you're a coder, don't understand, but AI search engines, that makes it far easier for them to easily and quickly understand what is on that page. And you can train the search engines, the AI tools, and you can give them exactly what they need. So we tackle this in day 2 of the search challenge, or we can come back on, Esteban, or I can dive into your Facebook group and send people a video on how to do this. We take care of it for you on the Carrot side. But if anyone wants to know if you have a schema, you can just go to Google, type in schema validator, this tool up at the top, the schema market validator. I will link it up. Okay. And I'll answer the question on national versus local. Okay. Great question. If you want to know if your website has a schema, you'll put in your URL in here. And then you will, wow, why is that a different language? That's wild. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, you'll be able to validate the schema. Okay. And it'll tell you, yes, there's schema. But in the AI search challenge, and I can help you, I can just give you guys the resources. We can show you how to make it advanced schema. Okay, so we make the website, we put in the right schema, which once again, we're going to help you guys do that, or Carrot does it for you in Esteban's setup, and or you guys can Google it and then put your name, address, phone at the bottom of the websites. Okay, let me bounce past a couple other things here. Okay. So there's a couple things here that I'm going to be showing you guys on the technical side of the website. Okay, we found that in our studies and external studies, that if your website on desktop, this says 0.4 seconds. We've lately been seeing it closer to 0.6 seconds. If your website loads on desktop in under 0.6 seconds, you are 3 times more likely to be mentioned in ChatGPT as a recommended business than slower websites. 3 times more likely because your website's fast. Okay, guys, so the first thing you want to do is you want to test it. Feel free, guys, if anyone wants me to review it, I got a URL right here. I'm just going to pull it up. Let's test this one here, JT. So here's JT's site. We want to make sure that this is fast. Okay, so you can just go to Google PageSpeed Insights right here. It's Google's free tool. I'll send you guys a link to this right now. Go through and put in your URL into that PageSpeed Insights, click Analyze. And this is one of the things we've focused heavily on the past 8 months at Carrot. Our mobile speed on sites is insanely fast. Our desktop, the last one I looked at was like 0.3 seconds is how fast that was loading. 99 out of 100 score. You really on desktop want to be under a second for sure. I'd love to see you under half a second loading speed. And on mobile, I want to see you under 1.5 seconds for sure. Okay. So with this one here on mobile, that's a pretty respectable score, JT, on mobile. Okay, it's still slower than it could be, but it's faster than most. Mobile, that's performing pretty good, but it's over there, but it's popping up into 3.4, 3.5 seconds. So I'd like to see that down in there in the mid 1 seconds. All right, desktop, this is loading quick. So you've got 0.4 seconds there, 2 seconds there on the speed index. It could be a little bit quicker. I wouldn't say this is a major problem for you, but it's an opportunity. Okay, so I would say if I were to give A, B, C, D, this is a solid B or B plus. Is speed holding you back in a big time right now with AI search, JT? I wouldn't say that speed is holding you back. It's probably other factors, because with this website, there's not a lot of content on it. So right now, the real issue with this website's content. It's the flow of the optimization. There's some things in here that are killing your conversion optimization for sure. But your speed, I don't think, is your primary issue. So that's something to hang the hat on there. Okay. So let's kind of look at a couple things. This one I was analyzing the other day. It was a landing page, a PPC landing page. I don't know who set it up. I just randomly found it online, and its speed index was really, really low. It was a 38 on mobile. This is one that I took out of the box on one of our Carrot sites, 99 out of 100 on mobile, and it was 100 on desktop, loading in 0.3 seconds. So that's how we ensure speed is not a problem. All right. We already talked schema. We're going to bounce past schema. Another quick thing, guys, a tactical thing. There's a very simple thing that you can do, is an LLMS.txt file. This is getting techie. You don't have to know how to do this. Go to your web guy or gal and say, hey, make sure there's an LLMS.txt file on my website. Esteban, would I say that an LLMS text file is going to make the difference for people? No, absolutely not. This is one of those things where it's like it exists. LLMs do look at it. And if it's easy to put on, why not just add it on so it's not something that's an issue? Carrot sites have it by default. We continue to innovate it. But if you don't have a Carrot site, make sure there is an LLMS.txt file, and it breaks down your website easily for the LLMs. Okay. All right, cool. So here in this last 10 minutes, these are some of the biggest things I want to show you guys. Okay. The biggest things that we can be doing on our website and out of our website is building trust and credibility. That's the biggest thing. If you guys were to kind of lock in a principle to hold in our mind, I'm just trying to find a slide here, is we want to show, not tell. We want to show, not tell. Prior on our websites or on our Google business profiles, it was okay for us to say, hey, we can buy houses quickly. We can buy your house if you're in foreclosure, if you're in divorce, if you're inherited a house, if you're moving. Great. All that does today is tell them that you offer a service that does those things. It doesn't say if you're any good at it. It doesn't say if you have experience in it. And the bar is raised with AI search. It wants to know if you have experience in that thing. It wants to know if you've done that thing. And so what we need to do is we need to say how many deals we've closed, how many clients we've served. If you've been doing business for 10 years, say you've been doing business for 10 years. If you've helped 500 people sell their homes, mention the number. If you're brand new, work with what you got, and we can work through what some of those things are. Okay. Put real photos. Eliminate all stock photos on your websites. Stock photos, AI search now can see if a photo is a stock photo. And so we do have some scanners in our AI search challenge that we're going to give you guys, an on-page optimizer that will scan to see if your photos are being detected as stock. Get rid of all stock photos. Okay. Here's a roofing website. So this is one that just launched on our Carrot platform. And these are all real photos from their Facebook page. So rather than showing photos that are not their actual projects, show actual projects. There's a before and an after. Show an actual project with their actual truck logo in front of it, the house, right? It's like make it insanely obvious that that is a fully roofing project. That's not a stock photo. And so these are all photos from their actual projects. You guys can do the exact same thing on the real estate side. Okay, I'll show you an example here. So Better Off, I think it's Better Off Home Buyers, I think it is. I believe, let's see. This guy crushes it with AI search in Portland. So here's a couple things on here you guys can do right now on your websites. If you've been in business for more than a couple years, say when you started your business. Okay. Talk about what your value proposition is. His is that they're local and they're trusted. All right. Make sure you guys are mentioning credibility sources. Right here, he's got a better Business Bureau rating. He has reviews and testimonials all over the place. Have a section on your website that talks about your business and who you are. With over 7 years of experience as a local cash home buyer in Portland, this right here, your trusted Portland home buyer that actually lives here. They're pulling that out as a value proposition against the big national lead generation firms. And so the deeper you go down here, you just see so much credibility where he doesn't just say he does these things, he shows how he does the things. Some upgrades that I would do if I were this guy wanting to upgrade it even more, rather than saying I do incomplete renovations, I would have a picture of an incomplete renovation that I did, or I would put right here, here's a recent property we purchased from a flipper who couldn't complete the renovation on Oak Avenue here in Portland. We bought it in 7 days. He got cash. He walked away. Click here to see the full case study. Instead of putting 6% commissions sound good, it sounds painful. Don't say you do it. Show that you've done it. Here's Mary. Mary wanted to save on real estate commissions. We purchased it. We saved her $45,000 in real estate commissions and purchased it in 28 days. Click here to see the full case study from Mary. Rather than saying that you can help people with unwanted inheritances, say, great, we helped Nancy from Nevada who inherited a house from her uncle. She didn't want the house. It was a burden. We purchased it for cash. She got to leave all of Uncle Jim's things in the house. Click this to see the full case study. Right? Mention actual neighborhoods, mention places. Don't just say Portland, literally say the Laurelhurst neighborhood in Portland. Say near Oak Park in Chicago. So mention very, very specific things. No more generalities, no more saying you do something. Show it and make it insanely specific. That makes sense, y'all? I want to bounce in and see if there's any questions here. I'm going to pull up a couple more URLs. Let me know, guys, if this is making sense and if you've got at least one nugget of value. I know I'm throwing a lot at you, but we go through it in a slow pace in that 3-day experience. That's going to help a lot. I've got a couple more things, Esteban, but I can pull up some websites right now and do some quick analysis and answer people's questions as well. And I do have a 6-week checklist that people can kind of follow. That they can go through. Those are some of the basics, though. If you just did that stuff, it's probably going to be 50 to 60% of the AI optimization is taken care of. Get your name, address, phone number, and website identical across your GBP, your website, and every other place you have it listed. Make sure your name, address, phone number is listed on the bottom of every page on your website. That's default on Carrot. Make sure your website loads really fast. Right, under half a second, ideally on desktop, under 1.5 seconds on mobile. All right, and then go through your content and say, where on my page, I'll use this one as an example. Where on my page do I have stock photos? That other one was a clear AI generated stock photo. Get rid of it. Make sure it looks real local. Okay, good. That's a good one. That's a real people. We're local. Been doing it for 20 years. I love it. That's great. This is all great AI search stuff right here. Okay. Local, I would put a real photo of a real house that you've purchased there. And I would talk about that deal here over the left. Okay. Conversion rate wise, contact us kills your conversion rate. Get started kills your conversion rate. Call today is good for the top. Contact us. You're probably losing 30% of your leads right there. Just with those things. Okay. So conversion rate wise, there's some conversion issues here for sure that are probably losing you 10 to 30% of your leads. This right here is losing you probably 30% of your leads the way this form's set up. I can tell you exactly what to do with it. Then I'll toss over to you. I forgot to mention this. Another thing you guys can do is an FAQ section. So this one's got an FAQ section. I would have 5 to 7 FAQs on your pages. I even put a message on my about pages now. So put an FAQ on your about page. And ask, like, what are the questions that someone might be asking? Yep, I'll toss over to you guys. Yep, so national versus local. So on the national versus local side of it, AI search is going to be hyper local because that's the way that people are usually searching. Help me do this thing in this location. So what we usually do, here's a client of ours, Rapid Fire Home Buyers. And so Rapid Fire Home Buyers is in a bunch of different markets, okay? But what they've done is they've chose their... let's see, Rapid Fire Home Buyers, let's say Louisville, Kentucky is one of their markets. Rapid Fire Home Buyers has a different Google business profile for every primary location they're in. So if you're national, let's say that you get a lot of deals out of Florida and mostly out of Orlando. If you really wanted to double down and crush organic search or AI search there locally, I would set up a GBP in Orlando, which does require you to get an address. I would have an Orlando page, and then I would join the Orlando Chamber of Commerce, get the Orlando Chamber of Commerce to link to my Orlando page. And that's going to give you a big boost in local Orlando stuff. The other thing, JT, is JT is with AI search. If you are national, you need to have location pages for every city that you're buying houses in. And one mistake I saw a lot of people making for years that we were guiding people away from is they'd make every one of their location pages pretty much exactly the same. Same photos, same reviews, and that's going to kill you with AI search. So what I would do is I pick your, once again, top 5 to 10 locations that you're buying houses in, or that's your primary markets, even though you're national. And I would dig in and I would hyper optimize those location pages, photos for that actual market, actual reviews of real deals you've closed in that actual market that mention that market. You do that, you're going to start to get boosted in those local markets for AI search. That make sense? Cool. Yep.
JB, what is better call to action for forums?
Yep, for sure. Yeah. So the biggest thing is we always want to put a benefit oriented phrase in here. So a benefit oriented phrase is, what is the benefit that they're going to get when they engage in that website? No one wants to contact with you. Like no one, people could care, a seller could care less to get in contact with you. What they want is they want to get a cash offer. They want an offer on their house. They want to know how much you're willing to pay them. So we've tested dozens and dozens of words, dozens of variations of forms, dozens of variations of buttons. We continue to test them. We roll them out to the Carrot platform. We found literally when we had it to be contact us, send, or continue versus get my cash offer or get my fair cash offer, conversion rate increased by over 35%. Meaning for every 100 visitors to the page, you got an extra, it wasn't an extra 35, it was a 35% net increase, but you got extra leads. So remove contact us. The only place you're ever going to put a contact us is literally on your contact page. But this would be get your cash offer, get my cash offer, something like that. The actual thing that they're going to get with your business, the benefit. Yep. Another issue here too, JB, is this. I'm on your site. I've got 3 calls to action, all with different words, all with the exact same aesthetic, the exact same button size, the exact same color. I'm distracted on where to go. And so with conversion rate optimization, we want to hyper focus people into one primary spot, right? You can see here, we're hyper focusing right here, man. It's like the eye is drawn to that one spot, big old fat button, very few form fields. We need to remove resistance there. Okay, here's one I'll show you. This is one of the biggest home buyers in Northern California. They moved off of a custom site over to Carrot because their custom site, frankly, wasn't performing very well for them. They're crushing it with this one now. When you land here, your eye is directed immediately to this giant button. People know exactly what they're coming here for. Exact same words, so they can click either one of these. They're not getting confused on where to go next. And then you always want to have your calls to action be the same color throughout that page so people know what color they should be looking for. Okay. So that's kind of the quick high level on that. You'll be able to see a boost in conversions by doing that. Let's see. So page speed wise, 2.6 seconds. That is pretty slow. So that's something that we need to get quicker. I want to see this up into the low 90s. The way that speed works with conversion, not even just AI search, is for every it's for every second that your website loads slower, your website has about a 0.5% lower conversion rate. And load slower, what I mean by load slower, okay? Every second that your website's loading slower on desktop, right now it's about a second and a half. Over here on mobile, it's a second and a half. On desktop, we want to see it under half a second, ideally. We see a 0.5% conversion decrease. So if this one's 2 seconds, it's about about a second too slow. It's about a half a percent of conversion that you're losing. Now we might look at that and go, dude, that's nothing. I'm okay with that 0.5% if I'm saving $100 a month, all right, on my website. But for every 100 visitors, that means we're losing a half of a lead. For every 200 visitors, that means we're losing a lead. If 1 in 10 of these turn into a $20,000 deal, for every 1,000 visitors, am I doing the math right? I guess it'd be every 2,000 visitors, I'm losing a $20,000 deal. So that might be 1 deal a year you're losing for 20 grand. That might be 2 deals a year, might be 1 deal every other year. But the page speed is definitely, this is probably the mobile is where it's taking the biggest hit. You're definitely losing leads just because of the page speed, for sure. Let's see. But the copy on here is pretty solid. Like there's some good copy. Get rid of the stock photos, show real photos. The form, I'll give you one last thing, JB, then we'll go back to questions. Is we've tested dozens of variations. We continue to test dozens of variations. We roll these variations out to our clients so they have the confidence that they always have the highest converting. They're not they don't have a phantom expense leaking out of their bank account. Putting name, phone, email first is probably killing your conversion rate by 50%. So 50% of your leads are choosing not to opt in because of the order of the form fills. I know that sounds bonkers, but it's what happens. So what we need to do is this. Put in property address up top. Okay, the easiest, simplest thing for people to put in is their address. It's low resistance. I personally get rid of name. We can get name other places. But I'm going to do property address and I'm going to do phone required, make email optional, or get rid of email altogether. Okay, so something like this. Property address. I like a form that doesn't have address, city, state. I like a form that allows people just to start typing in an address and having the system automatically grab it. So if I'm in, if I'm in Oregon here, it's going to grab it. Bam, it fills all that out for me. Phone, email, and then roll with it. That's going to increase your conversion rates by 20 to 30%. Just that alone. Yep. Is that helpful?
That was great. Yes.
Good. So let me pull this one up here. So there was a link. So JB said, could Carrot improve this site? I clicked that URL and it is going to an error page. Let's see. Resend that through again, JB, if you can. Let's see if there's any other questions. Esteban, anything pop up for you?
For advertising matchbooks.
Anything at all?
Well, I do have an announcement, obviously, but I mean, if we're done, then I can just do the announcement here.
Yeah, dude, go for it. I'm going to give you guys these slides because, like I said, this is normally an hour and a half to 2 hours. I tried to fit in as much as I could and give you guys a few good tactical, the simple things that are the foundation. But I'm going to give you guys this. I'm going to give you everybody the AI search challenge for free because you're in Esteban's community, and I'll toss over. Yep.
Absolutely. So first of all, this was great, like really good information, and I think everyone needs to do the challenge. I think next up, what I want you guys to do is to know that, well, yes, Trevor has mentioned it several times, but essentially we're doing a partnership with Carrot. It's a strategic partnership where Carrot and Hessel Media are going to be working together. If you guys don't know us, we've fulfilled over 600, 700 investors already in the agency side in the last 6 years or something. And then we also have a lot of pay-per lead users as well. But what I want to do is, since we're putting together something with SEO and AI search, and so we want to be able to use Carrot and create a full visibility engine for you guys. So if you guys end up joining us and we do the SEO together, you guys will be getting a out-of-the-box Carrot website for free completely. We'll give you guys all the SEO playbooks and AI SEO playbooks that not only you're going to go through the challenge and have them, but all the playbooks that we have already put together with. We have hired an SEO expert for ourselves for this person to essentially evaluate every single website and do the work for our clients. And if you guys want to, you guys can also opt in to do something more custom inside of Carrot as well, right? Mm-hmm. So we guys will be doing that. And the goal is obviously to gain more AI search, build your organic lead generation, not only the paid. A lot of you guys already do Google ads and paid ads with us from Facebook and so on. But but also build your organic. And on top of that, if you guys are already doing Google ads, then you guys will be having your own Google ads landing page on Carrot as well. That's for free, right? Again, it will be a free Carrot website, out the box website, and we will do AI execution and diagnosis of what we can do for your specific market, and we'll give you guys obviously the playbooks. So that's something that we want to be able to do for you guys together in here. The playbooks include all this right in here that they're going to go over in the challenge in more detail, but they're also going we're also going to be creating playbooks so you can build your credibility landing pages, your case study prompts, how to ask for Google reviews, how to launch a Google review campaign, and build your FAQ and your schema and everything that Trevor essentially has been covering in here. We'll be putting together those playbooks for you guys when you join us on our SEO. So the next thing would be that you guys can join the SEO AI Search Visibility Challenge that Trevor has put together here for you guys. It's 3 days, all right? And it's essentially helping you guys with everything that has to do with from GVP to a lot more details that you would be building. And using carrot.com/Esteban, or you can scan this QR code on our new partnership. And then if you guys also want more custom stuff, obviously let us know. If you guys are already a client, then you get the website, you get the landing page PPC for free. If you guys are not a client, well, let's talk and let me know how that challenge goes. But let's definitely have a conversation on hustlemedia.com.
Dude, guys, here's one of the things I'm most excited about. So one of the things that we've been focusing on heavily this past 12 months, AI search, we've been focusing heavily on this. But we're going, how do we make it so performance is effortless, for our clients? And the biggest thing we recognize, we're like, dude, our clients that see the most success tend to be working with an agency like Esteban. Now there are the people who like to roll up their sleeves and want to learn how to fiddle with their websites and do the design and do their PPC or do their own SEO. And if you are that person, amazing. Esteban can hook you up with their customized instance of Carrot for that too, I'm sure. But the people that have the most success, they go, I'm going to be an investor. I'm going to go do what I do over here as an investor, and I'm going to hire the people like Esteban's crew to go do the parts that they're the best at. And so we go, how do we just equip those guys? How do we equip those guys and gals, that the agencies, so they can do what they're best at and let us take the tech stack over so we can do what we're best at? And we're finding stellar results. So this is one of the sites out of the box. I launched this one just not too long ago, out of the box on Carrot. You won't find this in any other platform like this. We haven't made any tweaks to it. We haven't made any optimizations to it. Out of the box, 99 on mobile, which is insanely hard to get with a custom website. And depending on how many times I test this, it bounces between 98 and 100 on this particular website. It's loading in 0.3 seconds, 0.5 second speed index, which is insanely fast. And on the mobile side, consistently under 1.5, 1.1 seconds, crazy fast. So we take care of that stuff for you guys so you don't have to, and we take care of it so Esteban doesn't have to and his team doesn't have to. Another couple things too, I'll show you guys. So this is stuff that we're working with Esteban on, and we're going to continue to make innovations. But there's going to be some really cool other features that are unlocking for Esteban's company, and then he'll get to figure out kind of what those unlocks look like for your clients. I'm sure Esteban, some of your clients could care less to log into anything. They just want to get the reports from you. But some of you might want to, and that's where Esteban and us will work together to go, cool, what features do you guys want? Do you guys want access to a simple lead manager and a simple CRM? Great. That's going to be included in there for you guys. We acquired a CRM company called InvestorFuse a number of years ago. It has some of the biggest investors in the country, like Nick Perry, using it at the national level, driving 8 figures a year in national wholesale deals through the CRM. And we brought it in. We said, how do we give a free version of this away to all Esteban's clients? So you guys are going to get a free version of that CRM if you want to, or you can integrate it with whatever CRM you already use. You want the analytics. You want to see the leads. You want to see where those leads came from. You want to see create campaigns. You want to track your SEO rankings. These are all things that this software has in there, so you can be a great partner with Esteban's crew to be able to go, cool. Now Esteban's crew has an internal platform, but you guys also have a platform to be able to look at reports and partner well with his company. So this is one of our clients in Louisville. They made some of those moves, and you started to see a pretty dramatic increase around the start of the year when there was a big Google algorithm update. Update happened around the end of the year. They were doing a lot of the right things. It popped, and now they've got 17 pages or 17 keyword phrases where they're ranking in the top 3 in Google, and they're getting mentioned in AI search. So many cool things in here that you guys are going to be able to unlock. So I'll show one last thing, Esteban, because people might be wondering kind of like the customization of stuff. That is one limitation that we did have up until about 8 months ago, because we so hyper focus, y'all. Like our philosophy is this, that it's more important to put more cash in your pocket as an investor than it is to make you or your cousin who's a designer feel good about the aesthetics of your website. We would oftentimes have people coming to us and say, well, my cousin's a designer and she says there's too many words in this, like no one's ever going to read it. Okay, is your cousin a motivated house seller looking to sell her house fast? No. Okay, I love your cousin, but your cousin's opinion doesn't matter, because this isn't about design. This is about data. This is about what is going to be the thing that actually speaks to the person on the other end of that website, that speaks to them, that builds trust, that eliminates their objections, that guides them through the sales path. And we've optimized the heck out of these things, and we're going to continue to do so with partners like Esteban. But we've also made it so it's far easier to customize now. So on the PPC side, Esteban, this is where I'm excited to partner with you, is we can have certain content or certain pages just for you and your clients. So if you guys want to, as an example, like you guys can create templates and patterns and stuff like that as we go that are specific to you guys and your clients. But if I want to change a part of this design, or you don't like this design at all, but I just want to drag and drop certain things in here, I want to go, well, I want to talk about situations. Let me find a section to kind of talk about the situations I help people in. You just drag it in there. You can come in, swap these out with photos. You can change the colors of them easily, change the copy, do whatever you want to do with these sections. But you can easily edit all parts of these websites far easier than you ever could before. Another thing, Esteban, that I don't think you've seen, maybe you have, maybe Pete or the team showed you, is that data that I was showing you guys before through that Google Data Studio. We do look in aggregate at the data, and we say what is working really well. Now, we don't take anybody's actual design. We say, what are the elements across the top converting sites that are common? And what are those elements that are leading towards a higher conversion on Facebook? What are the elements that lead towards a higher conversion on Google PPC? So you get this network effect, right? Where we get to look at the data. We get to not take the pages, but the elements. We get to see the correlation of elements. And then we get to come out there with you guys and create landing page variations with the right elements that are based off of the highest converting things in our data. You can't get that anywhere else. And so it started with 2 in here right now. So if I want to create a PPC landing page from scratch, Esteban, that's going to be insanely fast. We currently have 2 that have the highest converting propensity according to our data on Google PPC specifically. And if I like that one, I just drag that bad boy over. And this one was converting like mad. I'm talking like this is consistently converting really high with these elements in here. Now, if I want to increase the conversion rate, I just go over here and add some credibility. So I might add like a credibility section if I wanted to beef this up a little bit. So I might go in here and add an experience section. I'm going to drag it right here, and I'm going to add a section that shows experience. I'm going to put a little stat bar here on how many deals I've done. Bam, drag it over. Then I can put that in there, click publish. You know, within minutes now, I've got a landing page. I can change my colors. I can change my photos, swap out with stuff. But this thing's going to convert really well. So that's one of the benefits we're going to be working with Esteban that you guys will get access to, is his highest converting pages. And then you're going to get the network effect of us looking at millions of visitors and tens of thousands of seller leads a month and billions of dollars of data that inform what's going to work best for Google PPC, Facebook PPC, the whole thing. So I'll shut up now, man, but I'm excited to work with you and serve your clients even better.
Oh yeah, actually, Trevor, this is also something that I'm excited about, is that so we encourage a lot of people to create a credibility page that is sent directly, that it's super easy to just digest. It's just one landing page that has, basically why is it that we're different? Like, what is our unique value proposition? Like, what is our credibility? What are our testimonials?
Yep.
What is our FAQ? And essentially, it's just pure credibility, like overload credibility page, right?
Yep.
And we have a format that it's very easy to read, right? Of a credibility landing page. And it's a way to essentially just give homework to homeowners before they, before they go into an appointment or whatever.
Yep.
And, the websites are great, but this one landing page can also be built into Carrot, right? And now we have a template for that credibility page. So that's something that we want to do. And now, obviously, like with Carrot now connecting to websites, now we can have this specific credibility package sent to clients.
100%. And dude, guys, that's one of the things that we're going to be working with. So all of Esteban's strategies, you guys are going to get those inside of your specific instance of Carrot. There's a question. JT says, how much does it cost to do this offer? I mean, I can tell you what the Carrot expense normally is. What Esteban walked you through, it sounds like if you're a client of Esteban's, you get that included. Like, it just gets thrown in, which is really cool. But Carrot's anywhere between about $100 a month and $200 a month. Okay, now if you add on some of the more advanced CRM features or some of the other things like that, then the cost might go up. But you get our free CRM, you get those features I just laid out in there. We have a bunch of AI features in there. We're going to be continuing to build more. But did you mention that if they're working with you on the SEO or PPC side, they get that included, right? There's no extra cost, correct?
Yeah, they would get included the out of the box Carrot.
Cool. Heck yeah. I like it. And then guys, we'll continue to work with Esteban as well. There's gonna be all kinds of cool things that we can do together. But yeah, Carrot is between 100 and 200 a month. But you get Esteban's version of it when you work with his team. I love it.
Cool. Sure.
Cool. Any other questions, y'all? I could literally be on this call for 4 hours.
I have a question.
And do it, yeah.
That's an interesting question that someone threw you there. But I have a question. So when you're the customization drag and drop elements, do you have an element that you can like drag and drop a code? Because like a lot of people started coding stuff with Claude, and they're trying to do fancy stuff in their websites. I actually personally myself, I actually like coded a very fancy thing into my website. I coded it with Claude, and then it looks good, and it's interactive.
There's a couple things you can do there. So one of them is we are working on our MCP. So the first thing that an MCP is going to do on Carrot, it's going to happen this next few months, is content updates. So you're going to be able to use Claude if you want to. I would highly suggest that people don't just go use Claude to go launch a bunch of content on your sites, because what happens is if you don't have the right prompting and the right, it's some pretty detailed prompting to make Claude content actually SEO and AI SEO optimized. But if you know what you're doing there, then we're going to make it so you can just send the content right into Carrot. That's not in place yet, but in Carrot right now, there's a couple different ways to put custom HTML in there. One way is if it's like a little element of HTML and you know exactly where you want it to go. Let's say you want it to go here. You can just go in here and type HTML, and then it's going to be this little custom HTML deal, paste the HTML in there, and that thing's there. So if you know exactly where you want it to go. Now, if you are a coder or you understand HTML, you can go over here and actually look at the code version. So you can go right here into the code editor, and you can put the code wherever you want to put it in there. So a couple different ways to do it. The laser focus way, just click it, open up the custom HTML widget, or go into the code editor itself and do it. Yep. Cool.
I like that.
Heck yeah.
Let's go to the question that they just threw you there.
Go high level. That's an amazing question. So high level it's an absolutely awesome system. The pros and cons with high level are this. High level has optimized for anytime you get an all-in-one system. One thing that you discover is they're usually pretty good at one thing and very mediocre or bad at the rest. And the thing that the high level is really, really good at is the automations of their CRM, right? They're insanely good at that. The flexibility, the automations, you can do all kinds of really, really cool stuff in there with their AI bots and their automations. I would say it's world-class at that. Where Go High Level really, really struggles is you will be hard-pressed to find a website built on Go High Level that is dominating in Google search. You'll be really hard-pressed to find a company or a website that is doing really well in AI search and Google search. High Level can be effective for PPC. One challenge with High Level oftentimes is page speed. I'm sure they're going to work on it. They're a smart company, say they will figure page speed out. But most of the high level pages I've seen, they're far slower than they should be. And so where High Level has really dominated, like I said, is in the CRM, the follow-up, the automations. Where they have really lacked, and it's costing their clients money, is on the performance from a local search marketing perspective of their websites themselves. What we hyper focus in on as our thing is being the best in the world at the website side, at the online search side, the local search marketing side, and we make it so you can integrate with the Go High Level for their automations if you want to use those. So you can use our free CRM, you can use our paid CRM, or you can send those leads to High Level, to Salesforce, to wherever you want to send them, and use those other tools. But High Level is going to be hard pressed to build something that Google or ChatGPT loves for local search or AI search, for a lot of reasons. Page speed is one of them. Good question though, because I love High Level. I'm a customer of High Level, so I don't hate on it. It's just it's if you're going after a certain outcome of local search performance, High Level doesn't deliver it consistently.
Oh yeah.
Yep, good question.
All right, any questions here from my team or
anybody? Can I just speak a question?
Yeah, go for it.
All right. So, Trevor, first of all, thank you so much, man. This has been
for sure
awesome. So good. I really appreciate you kind of rifling through all this. So in terms of a website, we have two ends of the business. We have the buy end of the business and we have the sell end of the business. Yep. Do you recommend two different websites or one website with both of those integrated? What's kind of an overall architectural structure that you see works, especially for wholesalers?
Yeah, good question. So my rule of thumb is this. Now you can meld the two together. You totally could. There's a couple challenges here. So anytime you meld together two completely different avatars, which a motivated house seller and a cash buyer are completely different people. They rarely, if ever, will overlap, right? Whereas if you go to Amazon has a gazillion customers and they're able to hand it all on one website because their avatar is still shoppers. The shoppers are just looking to buy something different. So they can target all their copy, all their calls to action to a person that they know as a shopper. So the problem when you combine the two is, what do you put in your contact? What do you put in your about page? Are you optimizing for the seller to build credibility with the seller, or are you optimizing for the cash buyer? If you put on there that you sell deeply discounted real estate and your seller sees that, does that kind of taint some of the experience with them, right? And so we've tested both. If I were to say, JT, what I would love to have happen, I would love to simplify it and have them both be one website and have them both maximize conversion, but we haven't found that's the case. So there's two ways you can do it. One way is you could launch a cash buyer website, which we have those, and Esteban will have those in his instance of Carrot. They convert insanely well. They can rank really good, and they generate a lot of leads if you do some of the right things. The cash buyer websites, let me see. I don't know if this is going to show up here or not, but this one was ranking really, really well for a long time. I don't think this is it. Let's see if it pops up here, because they recently changed their business model. It's not it. On our system, it has a property listing tool, so you can list the properties of the contracts for sale. It's 100% focused on cash buyers, and it converts really, really well. So that's a buyers list building website. So it might, let's say your company name's XYZ Home Buyers. You could have a different division on the buyer side that is a completely different name, or it could be XYZ Investment Properties. Okay. And then your motivated house seller site is 100% focused on the house seller. That's my preference. That's my preference, because then we can 100% focus every word on both of those sites to achieve one very specific outcome. Okay. One other way that I have seen people do it is if they care a lot less about their primary website generating a bunch of cash buyers, and if they care a lot less about someone landing on their homepage and discovering their list of active properties, and they're pretty much only going to use it to send people emails to very specific listing pages, then you can do it all on one site. But I would still make the motivated house seller language the language that dominates the site. And you might have a link at the bottom of the site, or some people put it at the top, that might say something like, let me see, Tucson. I think this client does something like this. This says something like, investors or something. So let me see if he still has it here. So where we buy, this guy generates a lot of leads and deals through here. Maybe he's got it in the footer. He's a real estate agent too. Might be his other site that he's got. But one of these sites that he had a link up here that said discount properties, or purchase rental properties or something. You could go to one page that describes what you do. But if I were your coach right now, I would say motivated house seller site. In the footer, it says access discounted properties. It goes to a discounted properties landing page. So now you have a landing page you can send out to people, and you can list properties on there. I'm just not going to list my properties on my homepage so any sellers could ever find them.
So all in one website with a link to the back end, or another URL within your own website.
Yeah, you're almost kind of hiding the cash buyer side from the sellers, basically.
All right.
And unless you really wanted to use that site, that cash buyer site, to generate a lot of buyer leads. If that's the case, the buyer dedicated sites convert really, really well. They generate a lot of leads.
Thank you. Much appreciated.
Good question. Cool. Let's see. I'll pull this one up here, and then, so the advertising matchbooks. So this isn't a real estate site, but we'll be able to take a look at it for you. So when I initially pulled it up, and I'm going to give you this. Let's see. Come on. I'm going to give you just honest guidance and coaching here. Okay, JB. So this site's going to struggle big time for conversion the way it's set up. So if we're talking about conversion rate optimization, we're gonna really struggle for conversion rate optimization. So I'm going to give you the top 2 or 3 things you can do that are going to give you the highest leverage. Okay. So the first thing is, I land in this site. I have no clue where I'm supposed to go first. And that's the very first thing that we need to do, is we always need to make sure that our eye is directed to one clear call to action. What's that one thing that we want them to do? When I land here, I see a big old thing that says advertisingmatchbooks.com, which doesn't add any value to me at all. Portable billboards promoting your brand. Okay, that's cool. I'm starting to kind of get an idea a little bit of what's happening. I can't read any of this at all. So that's pretty useless, and it's creating a bunch of space there. So where I am right now is I don't know where to go, and we're wasting the most important real estate in the entire website. So if I were to do something, I'll just kind of bring up one of these real estate sites here. Let me pull up one here. So when someone lands on your webpage, it should be insanely clear within a second what problem you solve and who you solve it for. I'm talking like within a second, they should know, is that thing speaking to me? So here, if I have a home that I'm looking to sell and I'm in Central California, I know it's for me within seconds. Then from there, it needs to drive into a value proposition of some sort. What can this thing now do for me? How is it different than other things I've looked at? So this is talking about a fair offer. Choose your closing date. We pay all costs. They're a trusted place. They've been around for a while. They've got credibility. Okay. When I land here, I don't know what your service really does. I kind of start to get an idea here, but I would put a big old headline of what your service does, the benefit that it gives. I would put visual examples up here in this language, and then I would put a call to action. It shouldn't be book a free consultation. No one wants a consultation. No matter how much they love you, JP, no one wants a consultation. But what they do want is they might want a sample, or maybe you've got a tech thing behind the scenes that enables them within 90 seconds to get a free mock-up of their digital billboard, their advertising billboard, their portable billboard. Maybe there's a thing that says see use cases, and it clicks a link and it goes to a page that shows you all the different ways that people could use the product. But that's what I would pull back and ask for all the conversations you guys have. Whenever people call you up, what are their first questions? Record the first 5, 10, 15, the next 5 or 10 or 15 calls you get on, and go back and listen to them or throw them into AI and say, hey, what are the things that those people are asking for first? What are their questions? What are they looking for? What's the problem? That stuff needs to be up here up top. Okay. If it always ends in, well, dude, is there a sample I can get? Or can you show me some examples? That's probably the CTA that needs to be up here. Right? Like with a house seller, what are they always going to ask? What are you going to pay me? Like, what's your offer? That should be the CTA on your website then. Right? So that's the first thing. Down here, it definitely gets better. I would probably, I know this has nothing to do with real estate. This is me as a marketing and a copywriter. I kind of like this. This should be way higher up in the page, I think. You need to get some testimonials in here. Definitely need to get some testimonials, some big old fat testimonial here. Hey, I wasted thousands of dollars on radio ads. I switched to these and I get 2 clients a month from my portable billboard now. And I get a 30x ROI. Like something like that. Like that would be pretty cool. But yeah, that's the high level. That's what I would do. So good question. Cool.
Nice.
Awesome.
You should come up with the carrotbusiness.com. That's for other.
Dude. Yeah, so we're expanding, and we already have expanded to home services. So yeah, we're working with roofers and contractors and electricians and all those. And one cool thing too that we've done, Esteban, kind of in closing, that is like in my heart and goes back to that mission I talked about at the start of this call, is we really want to impact our communities, and we want to impact our teams, our families first, then our customers, and then our communities. And we launched what we call our 111 giving program. We've been giving 1% of our gross revenue to local causes where our team members work for a decade. But what we just started doing is we said, well, how do we up the ante? How do we give 1% of our product, like our user accounts, to nonprofits? And so we just started to roll out, let's see, Roseburg, free schools. We just started to roll out in a little beta thing, our nonprofit version. Now, this one actually has been up for years, way before this new thing happened. It doesn't look that great. They've jacked it up. They've made some things happen on it. But this is their primary way of getting people. And it ranks #1 on Google for all of preschools in Roseburg. We have other nonprofits on here. My daughter even launched one on here. Strong Mind, Strong Athlete, or Strong Athlete, Strong Mind, or something like that. But anyway, we've launched our 111 program. So that's something that I'd even be pumped to talk with you about as we go and grow together, Esteban, of finding ways that we can get our product into some local nonprofits around there to help serve them for free. We're going to give to them for free. So it'll be fun seeing what we do there. Yep.
I love that.
Cool.
All right. Everyone that thought that that Trevor did amazing, put a fire. Well, what emojis do we have here? Let's do a clap emoji.
There we go.
Clap emoji. Or if you can just find the fire emoji, that would be good. We're also new to Google Meet, but Google Meet is good. But yeah. Thank you so much, Trevor, for being here. How can people find you, or ultimately learn? Do you have a YouTube channel or whatever?
Yep. For sure. Yeah, go to YouTube and just look me up. So YouTube, Trevor Mauch. Most of my stuff on YouTube, y'all, is business growing stuff. So if you guys want to look, like, businesses break at 3s and 10s, it breaks 100,000 revenue, 300,000 revenue, 1 million, 3 million, 10, 30. I do a lot of content on that. Like, how do we build a business that we don't grow to hate, in my Entrepreneur Freedom Formula podcast and YouTube channel. And then, yeah, just follow me on Instagram. Same thing over there. I am posting a lot of stuff on Instagram and Facebook around the marketing side of things. So if you want to learn marketing for real estate, investment businesses. I do a lot of that on my Instagram and Facebook.
All right, awesome. Follow him, and remember that we're going to be putting in the description and here in the chat the challenge, the AI SEO challenge for the 3 days for all of you guys. And remember that if you are a client of Hustle Media, you would get an out-of-the-box Google PPC landing page, or if you're doing SEO with us, you're going to be getting a website, right? Out-of-the-box SEO website. Just completely for free, all right? If you're working with us. All right, guys. So that would be everything. Thank you so much for coming. And next week, it's going to be also great. We're going to be talking more about AI and stuff. So if you guys come to the office hours, remember it's at 11 a.m. every Friday. Go to the Entrepreneurs School group. That's where we have our calendar. And if you're a client, thank you for trusting us. If you want more leads, definitely go to getsellers.io. And get some motivated seller leads. All right.
Heck yeah.
All right.
Dude, Esteban, I appreciate you, man. Big time. And thank you guys all for hopping on here and engaging. And yeah, I'm excited to work with you guys. Like I said, if you guys are interested in Carrot, go straight to Esteban, because he's got the customized version for him and that connection.
Thank you so much. Cool. All right. Thank you, everyone, and have a great Thursday.
Awesome. Appreciate y'all. See ya.
Now, you know exactly how to make AI search engines like ChatGPT and Google recommend your business over every competitor in your market. And there's a specific tactic Trevor didn't get to cover that's generating deals from AI search in under 6 weeks, and we're diving into that next. Every Friday at 11 a.m. Eastern, we bring in operators and experts breaking down what's actually working for real estate investors right now, completely free. Stay tuned for what's coming next. Link to join the community is in the description. We'll see you there.